It's another day down here in the eBay office, and I've got some pretty exciting stuff to show you. Okay, so if you've seen my last video, you will know that I picked up about 50 nunchucks that came in from Japan. They were for the Nintendo Wii console, and I just got them finished listing on eBay. Well, as sort of a continuation of that last video, I mentioned that I went to Value Village and found some pretty awesome stuff, and that's kind of what we're going to be looking at here today. I got carts full of stuff. Like, it was pretty insane, and I actually just got off the phone with Airval, and he was just telling me that he's got carts full of stuff. Like, just the best stuff that we're finding at Value Village these days. Be sure to check out his channel, link below, to watch some of his hauls and videos. We run the store together. The stuff that you see on his channel for the most part gets listed on the same store as the stuff that you see on my channel in terms of non-video game related stuff. So that's sort of the combined effort there for the store, but we've both found some pretty awesome stuff here recently, and yeah. Anyway, I want to show you guys quickly here what we found at Value Village, sort of break down what I plan to do with it, how I plan to sell it, and then we're going to go into actually doing a couple drafts and listings for the new store here over the next maybe day or two. But yeah, we've got a lot of work ahead of us. We've got a lot of items coming in and out, and still a lot of things to process over at the receiving shelf that need to get listed up on eBay. So that's going to kind of be our goal today, but mainly focusing on trying to get the new eBay store to get some listings up and see if we can actually start to convert some more sales, because right now our sales are basically dead on that store, which is quite unfortunate. But I want to get up to the point where we're doing, you know, again, a couple listings, few listings every single day, maybe that's 2 or 3, and get it consistent like that. So I want to get a couple extra drafts up there so I can actually have some things to list over the weekend and whatnot. And then again, it's a combined effort. Hopefully we can start, you know, putting enough things up on the page that our old listings start to get promoted. We might have to modify some things, maybe drop some prices on there. But overall, I think with that, we should be able to start seeing some sales increase. We have made a couple good sales recently, which is good to see, but again, the volume is just not there. So we're going to keep growing, we're going to keep listing, and hopefully we can start to see that sales volume pick up. All right, so let's jump into what I picked up at the Value Village. I've got a bag of stuff here, and then the rest of the stuff is actually already on its own shelf. So it was that much stuff, it needed its own shelf. Anyway, I've got a bag of stuff here going towards the new store, and a couple things for the video game store, so let's start out with that. Got a couple great title video games. These were $5. It was half price media day, but I guess because I used a 20% off coupon, I couldn't get that discount, but nevertheless, we got Call of Duty Black Ops 2 here, about a $15 game, and then Rocksmith, also about $15 to $20 game for the 360. Both of them are complete, so I'm going to go ahead and list those on Well Played Games. Okay, now the fun stuff, which is for our combined store, and starting off here, this is kind of a risky item, but I bought it because it was so cheap, and maybe we can get 15, 20 bucks for it, I don't know, but I have been wanting to expand into more clothing stuff, just because I'm always seeing it there, so I did look through quite a bit of clothing. I actually had about a cart full of stuff, and basically put it all back, because I did not trust my ability to pick things out, and I just didn't end up buying any of it, except I did keep this one piece. This is a Kappa shirt. Kappa is like kind of an up-and-coming brand. Maybe it's not up-and-coming anymore. I think it's actually kind of past its up-and-coming stage. Nevertheless, it's still goes for quite a bit. I think it's still pretty commonly worn between people and is a little bit more on the rare side. Nevertheless, it was $3.99. So you know what? We're going to try this out. Maybe we're going to get 15, 20 bucks. It's a polo shirt here. You know, and if we get 30, great, but you know, if we get 10, 15 bucks, I'll be happy. Just get it sold. But you know what? I figured we'll take the risk, take a chance, see if we can move some clothing, and maybe this will do well for us. Okay, again here, it was a risky week at the Value Village, but again, I was wanting to take some risks, so I picked up these Air Maxes. I believe these are called Air Max 90s or Air Max 97s. No, these are 90s, because 97s have all the crazy lines. Air Max 90s, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. Nevertheless, these guys are gold and black ones. They're in pretty decent shape, and they were going on eBay for about 150 bucks, apparently. So, you know what, we'll see. Those were the solds on them. Not saying that we're going to get that much. They are in pretty good shape, though, here. Overall, you can kind of see, I know they're pretty dark, but nevertheless, they are in pretty good shape. I'm guessing that we can get probably comfortably 80 to 100 for them on the higher end. Yeah, they were going for like 150, but those ones were like new. So these ones are a little bit used. They might need a little bit of cleaning, but overall, I'm pretty excited about these. Again, we don't deal a whole lot in shoes. I've sold plenty of shoes before, but not too many Nikes. I sold, you know, the Emerald City Kobe's. I sold those Adidas NMDs the other day, and I've sold, you know, a few other sneakers. I've definitely moved some sneakers, but not this many, and this is quite a few that I purchased here. Okay, so those might be good. Next up, I got a pair of red Hirachis. These are a smaller size, yeah, size 8.5. Still might be worth something. They were only asking 12 bucks on these. So you know what? For 12 bucks for a pair of red Hirachis, triple reds, they were looking like they're going for about 50 to 60 used. Maybe we can get that, maybe we get 40, whatever the case. I'm hoping that we can sell these for a little bit of profit, maybe make a decent money there. This is more about trying new things, trying out, you know, selling in the shoe market and seeing if that's a potential spot where we could expand to, because we've kind of maxed out the tech space. We go into every Value Village, buy out everything in the electronic space, and we're hoping that we can maybe, you know, calculate or add in a couple extra things from some of the different, you know, niches in the store that we can start to add to our store. So shoes are one thing that we were looking at, and these is a pair of Air Hirachis. Is that what they're called? Air Hirachis, yeah, from Nike. triple reds, and again, go for about 120 new. We should be able to get about 40, 50 for them. Next up here, guys, this is an exciting one. This is a pair of Katie's, and I'm actually kind of surprised that people donate these kind of shoes. I mean, these are in phenomenal condition overall. They might need just a quick clean, but overall, you know, it shouldn't take too much time at all there. They were charging up on these. They wanted $27 for these guys right here, which is quite a bit for thrift store shoes. But nevertheless, when we looked them up on eBay, the comps on them were about 140 all the way up to like $200 on the high end. These are also a smaller size. These are a size 8. But there were a lot of good comps on these. So I'm hoping that we can get some good money for them. Again, we'll see, but I'm really excited about these ones. They're even like tied kind of cool and everything. I don't know. But yeah, we will list these on eBay and hopefully be able to get some decent money for them. $100, you know, that would be great. We'll take it. But anything more than that is just gonna be awesome. So really excited about these. 3 good pairs of shoes. I'm gonna get them all listed here eventually, and we should be able to see some good returns on them. Picked up one of these bad boys. These are the new Rogers remotes that they started making. Yeah, just like the new one that they've started doing. I believe we sold a lot of these. Either we sold it or it's still listed, but I'm pretty sure that we've sold at least a lot of these for 2 or 3. For like, I don't know, 25 bucks. Maybe I'm wrong about that though, I can't remember. Anyway, $2.99 on these guys right here, or on this guy, and we're probably just gonna list the one individually, get maybe $11.99 on it, and hopefully we'll sell relatively quickly. Slight problem. I bought 2 phones, but I only see one of them here. I put them right into this bag after I bought them, so I would have thought they would have been in here. Okay, I'm not sure where the other one's gone. What is this one? This is a TGEA 20C. Yeah, this is one that I've sold before. There was quite a few there, but I only bought ones that we have sold before. Hold on a second, this is a VTech base. Oh, right. Okay, well here's the base for that one. We've got the one phone here. Oh, you know what, that's not even the base for this one. What's going on? Then this is a VTech base. Did I just play myself like this? Okay, hold on a second, guys. I have 2 bases here, and neither of them are the right base for this phone, and then I'm missing a phone. How did I mess that up? Okay, I really messed something up here, guys. That's not good. Anyway, I thought I bought 2 phones. I definitely bought a 660, which I guess is what came with this base, and then this one just must not match this base for some reason. Yeah, you know what? I must have just not looked at it close enough to notice that that's not the right base for this phone. And then I'm also missing the 660 that I bought, because I bought that one specifically to restock the 660 that we just sold. Okay, I'm gonna go out and check my car in a minute, see if I can find this missing phone. Hopefully it's there. And I did mess up though here on the base. That is not good. Nevertheless, really quickly, let me take you guys over to the shelf here and show you what we picked up. And just so you guys know, the total of this Value Village haul was $286.77. Would have been more, but I did get that 20% off coupon on the first 100. Nevertheless, so yeah, a lot of money to spend at Value Village. Okay guys, so heading over to the shelf now, you guys can see what I actually bought. So here's a look at all of the units, and I believe there is, actually just counted, 12 units in total. So these are Canon printers. They're Canon printer calculators. And so I know you guys are thinking right off the bat that I'm crazy. However, these things are actually worth some money on eBay. They look like they go for about 60, maybe 50 to 60 bucks new in the box like this, and we paid $14.99 each on them. However, I got the 20% off, so it was closer to like $11.99. But nevertheless here, I bought quite a few of them. I'm considering sending them to Amazon, but I'm not sure yet. This is not part of the joint store. I'm just gonna do this on my own because it's a little bit more risky, and there's a very high chance I may lose money on it. But what the heck, I took the risk on these new products. They're all the same condition, brand new in box, and we'll see if we can make some money on them. So this is going to be something that we're going to be working on here, not unlike the Wii Nunchuck deal, some more wholesale stuff, but we might just be able to sell these through, I'm not sure. But we're just going to take the risk on this one and see if we can make some good money on it. Potentially if we sell them all for 60 bucks, we're looking at about $720 in sale price, and then if we paid about $11.99 each, that comes out to about 143 bucks. So 140 bucks all the way up into 700 minus some eBay fees, we're looking at probably about a $500 profit, which is not bad. So hopefully these will sell somewhat quickly and we can actually move them. But nevertheless, this is my latest sort of endeavor. They do take up quite a bit of space, but hopefully we'll be able to move them relatively quickly. Okay, so now with all of the products that we picked up out of the way, I still have to look for the phone, but I'm going to go do that soon here. I'm going to move on though to listing some things on eBay. So I got a couple drafts up, and I'm thinking about starting off with some remotes here. So this is the Rogers remote that we just picked up. But in this bin, I have a whole bunch, and I'm going to pull them out here in a second. As well as there's some in a couple of these Value Village bags right here. This one's got a few. I don't know why it's so dark. Okay, anyway, you'll have to take my word for it. There are some remotes in here, so we will go ahead and pull all of those out here and take a look. Okay, so I pulled out a couple items we can start with here today. I've got this one here, which has a couple of Wii remote skins, which I'm going to save for a Wii bundle. But then we've got the Shaw Direct remote, which should be worth quite a bit of money. A couple Rogers remotes here, which we're going to go ahead and list. And I also want to start off by getting all of these PS2 controllers up. These two are the same, this sort of clear controller, which is a really cool one. They were only $5 each, and I'm thinking that we could probably bundle these for like maybe 40 or 50 bucks. I think I want to sell them together though, because I think we'll just get a little bit more money that way. I don't know. But nevertheless, we've got a joystick-less PS1 controller, and then a PS1 controller. I think this is a PS1 controller. Yeah, with the joysticks right there, and then we've got another just regular PS2 controller. So we'll go ahead and get all these guys tested and, you know, at least drafted up on eBay. We might get a couple of them listed today. But again, I'm trying to sort of break things down so we can get some consistent listings over a period of time versus just doing big listing sprees. So I'm going to go ahead and start with that. I mean, again, when we figure out the phone thing here, we'll be able to list those and also the shoes fairly easily. Maybe that would be a good thing to accomplish today. Here's what I'll do. I'll start on this stuff today. I'll probably carry this video out to tomorrow where I might get some of this stuff done. So we'll see, but nevertheless, let me go ahead and get these done. Okay, so I've got all of the controllers out here now, and we're able to start taking a look. And what we want to do first here is start to clean them up a little bit. These ones are actually in pretty good shape, but yeah, these two are like basically ready to go. They're a little bit sticky on the thumbsticks actually, so maybe I could wipe those off a little bit. Shaw Direct remote here, unfortunately, does have a little bit of sticking going on the back, and I don't know if I have any rubbing alcohol or nail polish remover. I'll have to check, but that is often what I've used on these in the past. The Rogers remote here is pretty good. This one also is fine, so that one's, you know, ready to go. This one's got a gnarly joystick, so that's going to be fun, but maybe we could get that off and cleaned. This one looks like it's in pretty good shape, yeah. And then this one also is actually pretty pristine. How are these? These are also sticky. That's weird. Nevertheless, that's that. Okay, just for fun, what else was in this bag? Looks like some kids' walkie-talkies. Okay, so these are just going out. Actually, I can do what I always do. I'll just throw them in a big bin and take them back to Value Village and get a donation coupon on them. So there we go. All right, let me go ahead and see if I can start cleaning these guys up, and then we'll see if we can get them drafted on eBay. Now, for anybody wondering how I might deal with the sticky residue on these controllers here, well, I'm just going to pull out this guy right here, a little bit of Goo Gone. This one comes in a spray bottle, which is fantastic. And I've got a normal towel right here. This one actually came with a JFJ, but I'm just going to go ahead and apply a little bit here. I've already actually done the other controller and it's feeling great. So I'm just going to go ahead, apply a little bit on the towel here, and then I pick up the controller and I just simply go ahead and I wipe the top of this joystick. And the other one as well here, we'll see if we can get them all nicely coated. And just like this, try to get as much of the stuff off as possible and give it a nice good rub there. But that should, for the most part, clear it all up. I've already done the other controller here, and it's great. I mean, there's no residue on those at all now, which is fantastic. And it just really helps to clean up these controllers. So this one now, oh, it's already feeling a lot better. I might just go ahead and actually try to dry these off now. And there we go. I mean, the residue is gone. You guys can see that that's totally clean now, and that's going to work great. So yeah, I mean, this is a great product for removing any sort of sticker residue or grime off of things. Not sponsored at all, and I just like their product. So yeah, I would recommend picking up a bottle of this stuff. I don't think it's too expensive. I've used it on a bunch of different things, everything from taking stickers off of drywall to obviously cleaning controllers and video game cases. So definitely something good to have around, and get yourself a nice little towel like this too. Same exact approach here with the Shaw Direct controller, and we should be able to just get a lot of that stickiness and grime off of there. Again, I've used nail polish remover in the past. That works great too if you have it, because again, on this kind of plastic, it might be a little bit harder to see. It doesn't do as good of a job, unfortunately, the Goo Gone, but it still does something, and it's better than just leaving it. So you know what, that's going to do for today. I think you can see it's kind of drying off there. You can see though, there's still a little bit. That's not actually residue, those are actual scratches. But for the most part, that's gotten rid of any of the residue that was on this. And that's looking pretty good. So that stuff, that was all fun and games. What about something like this? I mean, this is gnarly. This is really bad. Obviously, you can't sell a controller like this. Like, this is ridiculous. It's kind of flaking off here, which is good, I suppose. But this is bad. So what we're going to do, we're going to use a little bit of glue gun as well. You know, you could just use some water, I think, in some cases to get this off, but I don't think it's going to do a very good job. So I think the glue gun is the way to go with this. I'm going to go ahead and apply a little bit to the towel. You know, it's got a nice smell. It kind of smells like oranges or something. I don't really know. Anyway, lots of Goo Gone there. That should be enough. And then we're just going to, again, do what we sort of did and approach this joystick and really give it a nice rub. And oh my gosh, this is going to do it. Check that out already. Amazing, right? Difference. 2 seconds. This is going to increase the value that you'll get on eBay, obviously. And of course, it will allow you to pick things up that might look like they're impossible to list. Like, man, that one, you know, you can't pick that one up at Value Village because it's got all this stuff on the joystick. Nope, not a problem. Get yourself some Goo Gone, a towel,
and it just takes care of the job. I mean, look at that. These are not sticky. They look brand new. And obviously, you know, we can see there's some other stuff collecting here. We can just take that as well and give it a nice rub. Again, let me get the Goo Gone in there. But that sort of cleans that up as well. You can see I just did that one spot there, but that's gotten rid of all that. We can kind of do the perimeter of all these little areas where the stuff gets in. Now, again, one thing to mention, apply it to the towel, not to the actual thing itself. When you're doing a video game case, yeah, you can just spray the case. But when you're doing a controller like this, you don't want any of it to actually seep into the controller and somehow ruin it. So it's best if you can actually apply it to a towel like this, and then just go at it like I'm doing here. And that doesn't, you know, apply too much. So there we go. That's looking really good. Okay, last one here, guys. This one is not as bad, but definitely is sticky. And that's a problem that we see here a lot. There's like a little hair or something stuck in there. Actually, that's gone now. But yeah, definitely sticky, which is not fun at all. Again, grab the Goo Gone tile. You guys already know what I'm going to say. Just wipe it down like this. Rub it a little bit. Make sure that you get it covering the entirety of the joystick. You don't want one area to be sticky while the rest of it's clean. So make sure that you get right around the entire thing. And just like that, we have a very clean, non-sticky controller. Fantastic. And obviously you can see this too. That's partly because of the Goo Gone, but that's also partly because of some residue there. So we can just give it a nice clean like this as well. And that will start to look better. Okay, I just wrapped up the testing of all these remotes and they all worked, which was great. No sticky joysticks or buttons or anything. So these are gonna be really easy to deal with. And again, they're nice and clean as well for the buyer. And then we've got all these controllers over here. I gave them a brief clean and they are good to go as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these all drafted on eBay and then I will catch up with you guys when I'm done. Alright guys, so as you just saw, all of these drafts are now up and done. I haven't actually listed any of them yet, but they're all drafted. So I'll probably do maybe 2 of them tonight. There's 7 listings here in total. So 3 remotes, 3 controllers, and then 1 there. For the 2 controllers, I listed those as a lot. But yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up there for today. Again, I might list 2 tonight, but that's about all the rest that I'll do. It is getting a little bit dark out, as you can probably tell. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there, but I think tomorrow what we'll do is we'll come down. I'm not going to be working too much tomorrow, because it is a holiday, but I think maybe we'll just come down and get these shoes listed, cleaned up and listed, and that will give us a pretty good start to the, well, I guess a good start to next weekend for the weekend as well. But yeah, let's plan to do that tomorrow, or if something else comes up, I'm sure we can always do that as well. And yeah, I'm going to leave it there for tonight though, and I will catch up with you guys in the morning. Alright guys, so it is now day 2 officially, and I am back down here to get some listings going, which is awesome. So you guys will notice I've got the 2 shoes here. One of them is missing, and that is the red Hirachis, and that's because they were a little bit more dirty. So I actually took them outside this morning, and I already gave them a good clean. So I'll roll that clip here in a second. But yeah, I've got them all clean. They're out there drying right now. But let's take a look at that clip really quickly, because I think it's a valuable insight into how you can actually clean these things. So I'm outside now, guys, on the patio. I wanted to show you guys quickly what you can do to shoes when they have these little black marks on them. Again, something that I might not pick up if, you know, I wasn't able to clean them, but since I am able to, I want to show you. I've already actually done this one a little bit over here, but I want to show you guys. Just take some normal soap and water, some dish soap, and then some water and a sponge like this. And if you actually rub these back and forth on the actual shoe here where it's got the black marks, it comes off pretty easily. Let me show you the after. And so now we can see here, it's not completely perfect, but it is looking a lot better. I'm going to give it a little bit more of a scrub. You can see there's still a little bit of darkening going on, but it really does make a difference. This is definitely a great way to get off all those marks on the shoes that you're selling. And now I'm also going to let them go ahead and soak in the water here for a little bit, and that's going to get the bottom of them all wet so I can wipe it off very easily and get these guys fully cleaned up like new. Okay, so you see what I did there? That was some pretty straightforward stuff, soap and water and a sponge, and we got those guys looking almost new, which is great. I also went ahead and, well, you guys were watching that clip, I went and took off some of the nasty stuff on the bottom of these shoes. There was a little bit of gum and whatnot. I guess I could probably get that off as well. There was a piece of gum stuck there, so that sucked. That was really gross. And then some other stuff. It's sort of one of the reasons why I've avoided shoes in the past, is that stuff is a little bit nasty to deal with. But you know what? We're making the money here. We are putting in the work, and you know, trying to get these guys looking as new as possible so we can get the top dollar for them. And then we got these guys, the beautiful Katie's, which I really don't think are going to need any work. They look like they've been maybe just used in the gym, in the basketball court, which is fantastic. They are in really good shape, so I'm not too concerned about those guys. So what I think we should do is draft up these 2 shoes right here. The Hirachis still need a little bit more time to dry, and then we'll get them listed as well. And then we'll sort of wrap it up. But this should be really nice and simple. So let me go ahead and start working on these. Alright guys, so I just wrapped up the listings on the Air Max 90s here and the KDs, and yeah, overall really smooth. The pictures turned out great, and I think overall these will be a pretty easy sale. The one issue here with the Air Max is that they are a little bit wide at the back. I'm not sure if you can tell that. I was trying to squish them in there a little bit, but it doesn't look like there's much that I can do. So I will just describe that, and maybe somebody with a wider foot will buy them. I have no idea. Nevertheless, those two are both ready and drafted. Now it's time to go grab the Hirachis. Hopefully they're dry, and let's go ahead and take some pictures and get those ones drafted as well. Okay, so the Hirachis are now here and ready to get drafted. You can see here that it did do pretty well, the cloth. You can actually see it's a little bit creased, and that's where you're seeing the marks. But overall, you can see that it's a lot cleaner than what it was before on both shoe. Unfortunately, I had a little bit of trouble. Actually, the mesh is pretty good, but it was a little bit darker before. I think we got some of it out, but it is still a little bit black in places. But nevertheless, super clean, and I think overall these should be able to get some really good money. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the draft picks now, and again, looking at probably, after I check some comps, probably about 40 to 50 for these guys, but we only paid about 12 on them. So they should do well. Let's get these guys drafted. All right, so I just really quickly went ahead and wrapped up the red Hirachi listing, and that is actually going to do it for today, guys. We got all three of the shoes up and drafted, and I'm gonna go ahead here, take some dimensions, and probably just post those to the eBay drafts as well, and then we can actually list them, and I'll do it another time because again, we're trying to spread out the listings so they're consistent. Hopefully will help boost some of our items in the eBay algorithm. Nevertheless, so those guys are done and ready to go, so that's always good to see. And yeah, I think that's about it.
Alright guys, so this is going to wrap it up for today's video. I really appreciate it that you stuck around to the end. Hopefully you guys found some value in this. Again, a pretty solid Value Village haul. I'm going to be working on some of the other things that you saw from that haul over the next week or so. The calculator lot there, that should be a fairly straightforward one. Also some of the phones that we picked up there, and just a couple of the other miscellaneous items, the video games. We'll get those all listed here in the next week. But overall, really happy with the progress we made today. We have a couple $100 in those shoes, hopefully, and then as well as a little bit of extra money in those PS2 controllers, the PS1 controllers, and the different remotes that we listed. If you guys enjoyed this video and enjoy this type of content, be sure to leave a like on the video down below. It helps out with the YouTube algorithm like crazy. Be sure to leave a comment again. Let me know if you thought these were some good pickups. And again, with anything that you think I can improve in my listing process here, as well as, you know, maybe if you guys found some value in this, let me know again what you enjoyed from this video and what you took away from it. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I will see you guys all in the next video.